Hi everyone, welcome to the course Become a Business Analyst Your Path to Success. This course is divided into 9 comprehensive modules as we discuss in tutorial number 1, Introduction to the course. We also covered Who is Business Analyst in tutorial number 2, where we took a live example of bank digitalization to understand the role better. If you haven't watched those two tutorials yet, I highly recommend checking them out first. The links are in the description below. Now let's move on to tutorial number 3 where we will explore the role of a business analyst in the software development lifecycle. Of course, SDLC itself is a vast topic that deserves a separate tutorial series. But in this session, we will keep it simple, just an overview of SDLC steps and where a BA fits into each stage. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. Software development lifecycle is a structured process that outlines the stages involved in developing, deploying, and maintaining a software system. First, let's break down development, deployment, and maintenance. In development phase, where the software is designed, coded, and tested. We go with the example here. Let's say we are developing an auto payment feature in the loan management system. We have seen what is loan management system in the previous tutorial, where we are considering Noah Major Bank as our stakeholder, as our customer, and as a software developer company or software service provider company, we are providing them or assure them that we will develop the system as they wanted. So back to our topic again. Let's say we are developing an auto payment feature in the loan management system that allows customers to set up automatic EMI deduction from their bank accounts. Developers write the code, tester test it and ensure it works correctly. Means what happens in the development phase, whatever the software we are developing, it first get designed. We will see design in depth in upcoming tutorial. Then it gets coded by the developer and then tested by the tester, or we call it as a QA team. So all these all these steps are happened in the stage number 1 of the SDLC, that is development. And here we are developing an auto payment feature which enables the customer end user of the bank that at the end of every month EMI gets deducted. Let's see again what the expectation from this feature. The expectation with this feature is that loan payment will be automatically deducted each month and the customer will receive confirmation message. So one of the feature in the loan management system, why I am repeating the example, because I want to relate each and everything throughout this series with our loan management system, and with example we will build it brick by brick. So again I am repeating, the expectation with this feature is that loan payment will be automatically deducted each month and customer will receive confirmation message, and on that basis our auto payment feature is developed by the developer and tested by QA in the phase 1, that is development. Now phase number 2, or stage number 2 rather, I'll call it as, it is deployment. This is when the completed feature is made available for real user. Now it will get tougher for someone who is from a non-IT background, means any non-IT background guy want to pursue their career in the business analyst. Now understanding this thing may get confused and may get tougher, but I'll try to make it the simplest way possible. Now understand this and listen it very carefully. Let's take an example of YouTube. Right now you are watching YouTube and you are taking the service of YouTube. YouTube are providing various types of videos to you. This is called the production or live environment of YouTube. But the coding, testing and whatsoever behind the YouTube means making enable to you, means whatsoever making enable to you on the YouTube is not directly comes to you. It is developed at parallel environment. It is developed at parallel environment, then it is transferred to the YouTube's live environment, and then it is made available to you or me as well, means who we are the end user of this particular YouTube system. So now I guess little bit you might get the understanding. So that is called as production or live environment, and the one who uses that particular system is called as end user. Now see, when developer write a code for a new feature, it is not immediately available for customer to use it. In IT, the platform where customer access the final version is called production or live environment. We just broke it down with the example of YouTube. So where it is built, that means where the customer means developer start coding. Instead of building in directly in the production, which could cause issue, developers first create and test the feature in a parallel environment called a sandbox. Once it is approved, the feature is then move from the sandbox to the production and making it available for customer. So we can see here that whatever the coding is done by the developer, whatever the testing is done by the tester, is not never on the production or live environment. It is created, tested on the parallel environment that we are called as a sandbox. And from the sandbox, it is transferred to the production or live environment, and that process is known as deployment. How it is deployed is not a point of discussion right now. Okay, we just need to understand the procedure, means what is happening here. So it is clearly seen that deployment is happening sandbox to the production, and once it is on the production or once it is available on the live environment, now it is used by the end user. We call it as a bank customer, or even by the bank officials also will use this particular feature, the feature which we have just developed, that is auto payment feature. Once the auto payment feature is fully developed and tested, it is deployed into the bank system, allowing customer to enable automatic EMI payments through their online banking portal. I just explain you what is sandbox and what is production. In the sandbox, developer develops, tester tested, then from it is transferred to the production. Same happens with our loan management system feature called auto payment feature. Auto payment feature is developed in the sandbox and transferred to the production, and the process is called deployment. I hope you are with me so far. Now we will move to the next. Next is maintenance and support. It's just like a vehicle maintenance. A car can face unexpected issue or malfunction over time. Similarly, running software can also encounter problems. As an IT service provider, it's our responsibility to assure stakeholders that if anything goes wrong, they don't need to worry. We are here to fix it. This phase ensures the software continues to work smoothly by fixing issues and making improvement. Again, we will see the same example here. Let's just imagine after deployment, some customer report that they aren't receiving payment confirmation message, and that is the one of the requirement of auto payment feature, that EMI gets deducted, but as soon as EMI gets deducted, the confirmation message should shoot to the customer from which that particular amount get deducted. So here we can say that issue is happened, and the development team identifies the issue and fixes it and updates the system so user get proper notification. One thing you might have noticed that here complete failure of our auto payment feature is not happened. Auto payment feature is working properly. EMI is also getting deducted properly. For some user, the message is also getting some users are also getting the messages, but in few cases they are not getting the confirmation message. It might be there might be some lack of information due to which this particular thing is happening. So as a developer took the challenge and they fixed it and again redeployed to the production. So in this way maintenance is happened. So these are the three main stages of software development life cycle: development, deployment and maintenance. Now we'll see other things which are related to software development life cycle. It provides systematic approach to ensure a software built efficiently, everyone want efficient system, meets business needs. The business needs should be solved, just like we seen EMI should get deducted every month, and it's deliver on time and within budget. Means everyone wants that particular thing they want to introduce to the customer should be deliver on time and it should be within the budget. No one wants to no one wants to increase the budget which is allotted to that particular project. SDLs, apart from that, now see what next. SDLC helps teams manage software projects by defining clear phases, responsibility, and deliverables. Again, I'm repeating. There must be one team who is developing this particular feature or this particular loan management system. Using the software development life cycle, what it gives us, it gives clear phases, it gives clear responsibility to every team member of the team, and it gives whatever the deliverables required by that particular individuals. So it is clearly mentioned, clearly defined due to SDLC, that is software development life cycle. Now the next point is related to us, means it is related to business analyst. In SDLC, it ensures that all requirements are well understood before development begins, which reducing risk and avoiding costly changes later. We'll see the quick example here. The BA documents that loan payments can only be made by via bank transfer, but the actual need of the stakeholder or bank representative that it should be deducted by bank transfer, it should be by debit, it should be by credit card as well. But BA took the wrong need, documented wrong requirement, and now it is transferred to the development team, and development team has developed the same thing which is written in the document which is provided by the business analyst. Now mess is happened. Let's see what happened after the deployment. After deployment, customers start complaining because they can't pay using the credit and debit card, which was something the bank actually wanted, and due to which the bank loses the frustrated customer, and IT team now has to go back again, make changes and redeploy the system, which causes wasting time and the resources which none of from the both party, means whether it is software service provider or the stakeholder, means the bank which approaches us. No one wants that. They want wasting time and the wasting resources. This is why clear requirements are so important from the start, and here why the BA role is so crucial. One mistake and everything get messed up. And the last point, there are various SDLC methods such as waterfall, agile, spiral and DevOps, each offering different ways to approach software development based on project needs. Honestly speaking, I worked only on waterfall and agile, and both are both the methodologies are used in the maximum company or in the maximum organization. So we'll just see what is waterfall and agile, and then we will move to the BA's role, how BA helps or how BA involved in the SDLC. So let's see what is waterfall and agile. As defined, the waterfall method is step-by-step software development process where each phase, like planning, designing, developing, testing and deploying, is completed one after the other. Means to reach to next stage, to reach to next phase, you need to complete first phase again. Don't get bothered due to the word planning, designing, developing and testing, something like that. We have seen few and we will see remaining in the upcoming part of this particular video. Once a phase is completed, going back isn't easy. it is just like a waterfall where water keeps flowing forward and can't reverse its direction. Maybe that's why it is called as a waterfall model. We will see the quick example of waterfall here. Flight booking system which they generally use waterfall methodology. The reasons are a flight booking system needs a well defined rule for ticket reservation, cancellation and payment processing. Since airline follows strict policy and last minute changes can be costly and risky, that's why waterfall works best. All requirements gathered upfront and then build the system step by step with minimal changes later. Whatever the requirements are there, they first gather it, and once they have all the requirement, then on the top of that the development start happens. Means this suits the, it suits to the this particular example of flight booking system. It's not like that two requirements comes, then we start developing, then again 2 to 3 comes, then again we start developing. It's not like that. We need to gather complete thing at once, then developer starts the developing. And the exact opposite nature of agile methodology. The agile methodology is flexible way to development software where work is done in a small parts called sprints instead of completing everything at once. Teams continuously build, test and improve based on feedback, making changes as needed, just like updating a mobile app with new features regularly. It is divided into sprints. Again, agile is very big thing. Means can't explain in a 10 to 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour. Means it is a quite long course of 1 month. So we will try to accommodate within our time limit. So in agile methodology, it is divided into sprints. In the first sprint, they comes with 3 to 4 feature. Developers start developing it, tester tested it, and then it is launched, or then it is deployed to the production. Then 3 features are already there in the production. In the next sprint again 3 feature comes, again the same process. Now on the production it becomes 6 feature. Now again 3 feature comes, the same process happened. Now again it is deployed. Now on the production there are 9 features. In this way it is building gradually. It's a gradual process, we can call it. Let me give you the example of WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram so that you will connect with me what exactly I am trying to tell you. As everyone uses this social media platform, so it can be easy to understand. When WhatsApp started, during that time the feature what we see today, like disappearing messages, then delete message for everyone, delete message, then what we call it, putting status, such features were not when at the inception of WhatsApp. So such features are built or added gradually based on the user feedback. Means continuous sprints, continuous feedback is going on. They receive feedback from the customer wants this particular thing, company also thinks that this will add value addition, then they added it, and it is a continuous process. Similarly with Instagram, update like reels, stories and AI power suggestions are rolled out in a small iteration to improve user experience. Again, it is added step by step. It's not like that everything comes at the day one when Instagram launches. And the Facebook did the same. Features like dark mode, I guess dark mode feature is there, then marketplace, live streaming. Means nowadays it is quite famous that live gaming is one of the famous thing which happens. All these things are added continuously and updated based on the engagement. So here we can say that in all these three particular app or social media platform follows the agile methodology where the features are added gradually. Now we'll move to the next slide. To keep it simple and easy to understand, we will follow the waterfall methodology of SDLC to learn the key responsibilities of business analyst. Here we can say that with the completion of each stage, the software system development keeps moving forward step by step. Planning to requirement analysis. Once requirement analysis finished, then system design. When system design finished, then goes for the development, then it goes to the testing, then deployment happened, and after last maintenance and support. Before we begin, let me clarify one thing. The first three stages of the waterfall model, planning, requirement analysis, and system design, have heavy business analyst involvement. It's fair to say that in these stages, the BA is leading from the front. That doesn't mean they are not involved in the remaining stages, but the first three are where their role is most crucial. Now let's see each stage of waterfall methodology in detail and role of BA in each stage. Starting from the planning, the project feasibility, risk scope and business objectives are analyzed in the planning. Key stakeholder like business leaders, IT teams and compliance officer defines high level needs. Cost estimation, resource allocation and risk assessment are also conducted here. The scope of a project defines what will be done and what won't be done in the project. It is very simple. What it is saying that what will be done and what won't be done is nothing but a scope. It includes the features, tasks, timelines and goals to ensure everyone is on the same page. Each and every stakeholder and the other member which are involved in this project should know what exactly going on. I hope you have watched tutorial 2 as the example because I am about to share it right now. If not, be sure to check it out first. The link is in the description. Now let's see the scope of loan management system. In the loan management system, it is mentioned that loan application process, EMI calculation and payment tracking should be included. Whereas the credit card management and stock investment is excluded. So it's BA's responsibility that he checks that what is included and what is excluded, and then he convey it to the stakeholder that within the budget, within the resources you have provided, we are doing this thing. It means of course the stakeholder permission is required to pass these things or to move this thing forward. Next, key stakeholder like business leader, IT team, compliance officer define high level needs. Means high level needs means what? They will tell that they want digitalization of Noah Major Bank. We should include a loan management system. It should include account management. It should include fund transfer. It should include compliance and it should provide the security. And in each digital services they have provided, they will give the sub feature. Means if we consider the example of loan management system, then it should include loan application process, then EMI calculation or payment tracking. Such thing is included into it. So it is known as high level needs. The high level needs means they will just give the statement how it is going to possible. These things are not discussed in planning stage. Apart from that, cost estimation is also taken place. Then resource allocation means how many resources should required throughout the project, means how many developers, how many tester, such things are discussed. And the risk means involved during the project are also assessed during this planning phase. So it is all about high level meetings and everything is get discussed. Once it's get discussed, then we will move to the next stage. Now let's see BA's role in the planning phase. In planning phase, BA conducts stakeholder meeting to gather initial requirement. This is the most important thing which played by the BA during the planning. He used to conduct continuous meeting with the stakeholder. He need to understand what are the needs of the stakeholder and then he need to document it. He identifies key business needs and align them with the strategic goal as well. He performs feasibility analysis to assess risk and the benefit. He helps to define the scope of the project, which we have already seen, avoiding the scope creep. document high level business problem and objective. Well, we will dive into the details of scope and scope creep in the next tutorial, where we will explore the gap analysis method as well. So now for this video, we will keep the scope up to this. Now you will get the literal meaning of scope. Now see the next one. In requirement analysis, detailed functional and non-functional requirements are documented. Detailed functional and non-functional requirements are documented. I know that you might again confuse with the new word functional and non-functional. We will see it shortly. Regulatory and compliance needs are defined, means what are the government rules and all these things are defined here. Business flow, system interaction and user expectation are also written in the detailed way. This is whatever the meetings held in the planning phase by the BA. Now in this phase, BA now go into detail at each and everything and start documenting it. So in first phase, BA takes lots of meeting. In second phase, BA creates lots of documents. Now let's see what are the functional requirements. See, functional requirements, what a system or a software should do, or what system and software it does. Let's see the example. The system should allow user to apply for a loan online and track their application status. Means fill the entire application, and after that the tracking of the applications should be there. Means it is similar when we apply for any credit card company sends us message and we just track whether that particular credit card is approved to us or not. So this is the functional requirement. This is the requirement means in the form of need comes from the stakeholder, and we convert it into functional requirement. And what is the non-functional requirement? This thing is not told by the stakeholder to us. Here, how well system and software it does, means we are telling about we are try to do the performance of the software. Let's see the examples. The system should process loan application within the 5 seconds to ensure a smooth user experience. Functional requirement, what to do, and non-functional requirement, how well it do. So this is the basic difference between functional and non-functional requirement. Again, I'll repeat, we will go into detail of functional and non-functional requirement in upcoming tutorial. Well, let's see other thing, means what are the BA role here. BA creates business requirement document, that is BRD. He creates functional requirement document, FRD, in detail, means no doubt of that. Then develops user story, use cases, process flow for clear understanding, ensure compliance with industry standards and security policies, work closely with the technical teams to ensure feasibility of requirement. If you remember in very first video, I explained that a BA should have IT and business knowledge. So point number 4 is about ensure compliance with industry standard and security policy. So here BA should know what are the banking standards. So for that BA need to study regarding the banking standard, or he should have the particular knowledge of that. Well guys, I am not to deep dive into the terms like user story, use cases, compliance, etc. right now, because I feel it might be bit early for you to grasp them fully. But don't worry, we will break them down in details in the upcoming tutorial. Now let's see what next. Next is system design. Now this is quite now it goes quite technical here, means IT side. In requirement analysis we generally focus on the business side. In system design, BA need to focus on the IT side. Well, let me tell you what actually I am trying to I am trying to convey you. In system design, what happens? System architecture, UI UX design, database model and API structure are defined. Again, I am repeating, those who are from non-IT background, want to pursue their career in business analyst, they need not to bother about these words. We will go in depth of each and everything in the future upcoming lectures. Let's try to understand system architecture first, then we will move on to wireframe and mockups as well. So system architecture is nothing but how the software can be developed, means which technologies will be used, which platforms will be used, which services will be used to create any software or any system, so that that system will or that software will be more efficient, scalable. So these things are decided by the architect. Architect is there in the IT industry, and he decide on what platform we need to create this particular software. Nowadays in the IT company, microservices approach is used, and what is microservices approach, that we will see. The microservices approach is a software development method where an application is broken down into small independent services that communicate with each other, and each service handles a specific function and can be deployed, developed and scaled separately. So it is a bunch of different services, they collaborate with each other and they create one particular system. And the best example for this we will now see, that is Netflix. Netflix is a streaming platform for OTT. Everyone knows what is Netflix. I am not going to define here. I need not to define you what is Netflix. Okay, so how the Netflix is developed and what is the system architecture of the Netflix is now visible to you. Now here you can see that it is divided into different sections: front end, back end, streaming, data, then the mobile platform, then for the what I can say, for the deployment purpose. All these things are all these sections are, you can see here. Now this is the small, it is divided into small part. Now for front end they decided to use React and JS. For backend they decided to use Netflix Zool, Netflix Eureka, then they use for particular purpose Kafka. For streaming purpose they use OpenConnect or AWS services. For data management, for data storage and data process they use again AWS, and for data processing, means analyzing the data, they are using the Tableau, which we have seen earlier, that Tableau used to create a data analytics purpose. And for mobile streaming they use another microservices like Kotlin, Swift, like this. And for deployment purpose they are following DevOps, where they use Jira, Confluence, Jenkins. These are the other microservices, and all the combination of all microservices creates one platform, creates one software, we can call it as, that is Netflix. So let me clear one thing: you need not to worry about these technical terms whatever they are using, and we are not going to decide as well. We are not here to figure out what to consider. That's the job of solution architect. This is the job of, means there is a one solution architect in the company, and they decide what system architecture they actually want to implement. As a BA, our role is simply to capture the information accurately and document it properly. Well, before we move to the next slide, let me try to explain one thing which may create confusion within the non-IT guys, that is what is front end and back end. I'll give you a very small example. When you try to log in, you need to put the username, then you need to put password. Whether it is Netflix, whether it is online banking, whether it is email ID or whatsoever the services nowadays you are using. You put correct username, you put correct password as well. So you are interacting with the system and you can visualize, you can see this particular thing in front of you. They means they guided you, like put your name here, put your username here, put your particular password here. So this is all the interaction, user and system interaction is happening here. So this thing is known as front end. Okay. Now let's consider one scenario. You put correct username, but you provided incorrect password. As soon as you provided incorrect password, you will see there will be one message get flashed and it will say that it's incorrect password. So there is something behind this particular system in the software which runs in the backside of the software, that it is validating that your provided software is correct or not. And that validation is taken place by the coding which is created backside of this particular application or the software, and that is called as the backend side of the application, which is not visible to us. All the coding, servers, database and all these things are on the back side. That's why it is known as backend, because it is not visible. Everything which user interacts with the system is on the front side. That is nothing but a front end of the system. I hope now you have little bit idea about this thing. Now the next topic is wireframe. Wireframe is something which we need not to define, actually we need to visualize it. You will understand what actually I am trying to tell you. Now this is the wireframe. A wireframe is a simple visual representation or a blueprint of a digital interface such as website, application or a software system. Here we show to the stakeholder that our system front side will look like this. These are the sections, and they approve it. Once they approve it, then we will move or we will make the correction in it. Okay. You can see that wireframe provides a clear and simple way to understand the design and layout. It is self-explanatory. You must have heard this term. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Similarly, a prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. That's how much time can be saved by using the wireframe, because it gives a direct pictorial view what exactly the system is going to look alike. And one step ahead, now we will see prototype or mock-ups. A high fidelity prototype is an interactive and detailed model of a product that closely resembles the final design in terms of visual functionality and user experience. Here you can see it is pictorial view, pictures are provided, colors are used, then a font, different fonts are used. So we show such things to the stakeholder that see your Noah Major Bank website will look like this. Here this is one step ahead as we compare to the wireframe. Okay, in few cases it is clickable as well, means if you try to write down the username, then username is also can be entered. Well, it is not connected to server, means data can't be saved, but such things are also developed. And don't worry, means very few times we need to work such work. UI UX designers are there for helping us, but it is very clear cut. It gives you the visual functionality and a real time user experience. It provides a high level 10,000 foot view of the software, giving stakeholder a clear understanding of the system structure and the functionality. In the upcoming tutorial, we will explore the tools required for building wireframes, prototypes and mockups. Means I am not going to teach you all tools, but I'll tell you from where you can learn it, so that you will get the idea how to create all these things, all these three things. Now let's see the BA's role in the system design, and we will conclude this stage of software development life cycle. So BA's role is here: reviews and validate system design to ensure alignment with business needs, assist in creating wireframe, prototype and mockups to illustrate the system. Assist, word is assist, not fully owner of the creation of wireframe, prototype and mockups. Means BA can assist here. Ensure that the data flow, system logic and integration points match the business processes. We'll keep this point right now here. We will see in detail in the upcoming tutorial. Bridges communication between stakeholder and designer architecture. That's the means that's solo responsibility of BA. He or she always bridges the communication gap. That's the something a BA always do. Conducts design walkthrough to confirm the requirement are being met. So these are the BA role in the system design, and here also BA plays a quite pivotal role, which they play in the first two stages of the software development life cycle. Let's try to understand development here. What happened in the development stage? Developers write code based on the design document, system features, modules, and integrations are built. Back-end and front-end functionalities are implemented. All these things are done by the developer and development team. So, what is the role of BA? BA acts as a link between developers and stakeholder, clarifying the requirement. It is self-explanatory. Provides business logic explanation whenever needed, tracks changes in requirement and ensures they are documented. This is one of the important topic in the business analysis phase, and we will discuss in the deep in upcoming tutorial. Ensures that development aligns with the functional specification, and the last, collaborate with the developer to prioritize features based on the business value. Now what actually I am trying to tell you from here, there is a BA's role in every stage. Means now we are up to the fourth stage of the software development life cycle, and in the fourth stage also you must notice that developers rely on the requirement documents created by the business analyst when they start coding. This makes the BA's role crucial, and one mistake and everything can go off track. That's important BA carries in the software development lifecycle. In short, if developer struggles to understand the requirement, it's the BA's responsibility to clarify them effectively. So here also BA continuously in touch with the developers, and he continuously, not the word is correct, but continuously guide in terms of requirement to the developer, not in on the technical end. Means on technical end BA has nothing to do. On the requirement side, BA always there for the for help for the developers. Let's check next stage of the software development life cycle. Let us see testing phase. What happened in the testing? Tester perform unit integration performance and security testing. User acceptance testing is also conducted to validate the system against the business needs. Issues, bugs, and gaps are identified and fixed before the deployment. We'll first see the third line, then we will see what is user acceptance testing. Means during the testing, if tester or QA finds that there is some issue or bugs, means something is not working properly, then he directly convey it to the developer team. Means developers, those who coded this, he directly inform them, and then it get fixed at same time, and it makes sure that it is perfect before it goes to the next stage or for the deployment or onto the production. Now I hope you are quite familiar with the word deployment, production, and all these things. Now I'd like to explain you the UAT first. At the beginning of the video, we discussed the deployment process, mentioning that the software system is not directly available to end user. The environment where end user interact with the system is called production or live environment. For development, a sandbox environment is created where the actual coding takes place. Additionally, there is a testing environment where tester verify the developed functionality works as expected. Along with the tester, stakeholder also test the system in this environment, which is known as user acceptance testing, and the environment is UAT environment. Now from here we might get idea that what actually happening. First, developer develop something in the developer sandbox, then he send all his created functionality to UAT environment. At UAT environment, testers or QA people test it, stakeholder also test it whether it is working properly or not. Once we get green flag from UAT environment, then it is developed to the production. Isn't it a safe approach? First developers build the system in the sandbox environment, then it moves to UAT where the tester and stakeholder review it. If issue arises, developer fix them and transfer the updated version back to UAT for retesting. Once everything works perfectly, the system is finally moved to the production. Means in this way, refining takes place of anything which causes issue is rectified at UAT environment. Now check the BA's role here. BA works with QA teams to ensure test cases cover all the business scenarios. Again, new word test cases we will see in the upcoming tutorial. Review test plans to ensure alignment with the functional and non-functional requirement. You are little bit familiar with functional and non-functional right now. Conduct user acceptance testing alongside stakeholder. We have seen what exactly user acceptance testing, and I hope now you have the idea what actually I am trying to tell you. Helps prioritize bugs, fix based on business impact, ensures that the system meets business expectation before release. In short, the BA closely monitors the testing result as they have a clear understanding of the expected output. In short, the BA closely monitors the testing result as they have a clear understanding of the expected output. Here also BA need to do some work in this phase. Now check the deployment process. Well, we have already discussed the what is a deployment. Let us see BA's role here. A BA here ensures that the business is ready for deployment, assist in end user training and change management, verifies if the deployed system meets business objective, helps resolve any post deployment issues that impact business users, gathers initial feedback from the user to identify areas of improvement. For me, last point is quite important. He gathers initial feedback once things get into the production. He gathers initial feedback from the user, identify area of the improvement if any improvement is required. In short, during deployment, the BA monitors the process, and after deployment, they continuously gather the feedback from the end user. Listening to those using the system is crucial, as the BA uses this information for future improvement. He gets continuous feedback from the end user and use it for future improvement. Now let's check the final stage of the software development life cycle, that is maintenance and support. In final stage maintenance and support, the support team plays a key role in the addressing any queries or issues that arises while the system is in use. Let's see. Bug fixes, security patches and performance optimization are performed here. New feature and enhancement are introduced based on the feedback. The system is continuously monitored for improvement. Now what is the BA role here? He collects feedback from end user and stakeholder, analyze the system performance, suggest any enhancement required, document new business need, means anything which is required, then again it need to be documented, and then update the other document, update the version of old document. All these things are happening in the maintenance and support. After the seventh stage, as we have mentioned, the BA plays a crucial role in every stage of the software development life cycle, and rightfully so. This is why BAs are always in demand. Now we move to the conclusion. Throughout the software development life cycle, the business analyst acts as a bridge between business stakeholders and the development team, ensures that the system is aligned with the business needs. Their involvement from planning to maintenance ensures that the final product delivers values and meets user expectations. So this is how BA is involved in every stage of software development life cycle. I hope you have understand the importance of BA here. In the upcoming tutorial, we will explore how BA works. Then alright, I would like to wrap up this tutorial with this beautiful quote. Thanks for watching. If this video added value, please like, comment with any question, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe for more business analysis content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.